Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a simple login form using only HTML and CSS. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. So to start off, in the HTML section of our file, we're going to start off by creating the simple HTML boilerplate. Now we can go ahead and add any title we want, and we're going to go ahead and make it login form. Now in the body, the first thing we're going to want to do is create a class for everything. So I'm going to dot container tab. Now inside of that, we'll start by creating the title for our form. So H1, and we'll write login form. Underneath that, now we want to create the actual form itself. So we'll create a form and set the action to hashtag for now. And we'll go ahead and set the method to post. Now, in the form itself, we're going to start by creating the title for our username. So we're going to do P and do username. Now the input for our username. So we're going to do an input type equals text, and then we'll do name after the quotation mark. Name equals user, and put a placeholder so they know what it's for. So placeholder, and we'll do the user name. Now if we run this code real quick, you can see title login form, username, and our input box for it. Now we're going to do the same thing for our password, but it will be a bit different. So another paragraph title, so this time password, of course. Now inside of password, after password, we're going to do another input. This time type, so the type will make as password, so we'll set that type to password, and we'll put the name to password, and we have to make the placeholder to password. So we see password and our input for our password. Now because we made the input a password, you can see it comes up as the dots. Now we want a button for us to actually log in once we filled out our form. So we're going to just go ahead and create a simple button and put in the text login. Now we have to move on to our CSS, but first we have to make sure to link it to our CSS. So we'll do link rel style sheet href equals style.css. Alright, so inside of our style.css, the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the default margin and padding. We're going to do margin 0, padding 0. If you'd like, you can also add a font family. I'm going to make it sans serif. Next thing we're going to want to do is add a background color or image. So to do that, we're going to select our body element. Now I'm going to do background color, and I'm going to set it to like a grayish color. Then again, you can go to it, then you can play around with the color until you find a color shade that you like. So let's say I like this one, then I keep this. And if you want, you can also go ahead and add a background image. That's it for the body. Now inside the container, we're going to do dot container. Inside of that, we're going to want to give it a width of 350 pixels. And to center it, we're going to give it a top of 50%, a left of 50%. We're going to transform, translate, minus 50% by minus 50%. And for this all to work, we're going to have to set the position to absolute. And you see we have it centered. Now for the login form H1 title. So to do that, we're going to do dot container H1. So for that, we're going to set a font size of 40 pixels. So you can see it's become a bit bigger. Now we're going to do a text align of center, and we want all our letters to be uppercase, so text transform uppercase. And we're going to set a margin of 40 pixels and 0, so it's spaced out. Moving on from the header, we're going to do our paragraph. So username and password. So dot container key. For that, we're going to want the font size to be smaller, so font size 20 pixels. And again, we'll set a margin, this time 15 pixels and 0. So again, more spaced out. Now for both of our input boxes. So we're going to do dot container, and input. So we're going to select the input. Now for our input, we're going to again set a font size of 16 pixels. And we're going to give it a width of 100%. Set padding. So a padding of 15 pixels by 10 pixels. And we're going to set the border to 0. So border 0. Remove the outline, so outline, just set that to none. Then after we do the outline, we're going to round the edges. So we're going to add a border radius of still around 5 pixels. And to finish it off, we could add a background color of black. So this is how it looks in black. Now if you set it in black, the text will be less visible, so you'll have to change the placeholder color. So we'll do placeholder, we'll set the placeholder color to white. That way the text is much easier to see. Lastly, for our button. So to do that, we're going to do dot container button once again. And inside of that, we're going to again do a font size. So font size 18 pixels. And we're going to do a font weight of bold. So we'll set the font weight to bold so the text is bolder. We're going to again want to add some margin and padding to it. So we'll start off with the margin. So we'll set the margin to 20 pixels and 0. And the padding to 10 pixels and 15 pixels. And we'll set a width of 45%, and again round the edges with a border radius. So set the border radius to around 5 pixels, and again removing the border, we'll do border none. So now as you can see, we have the login form, the username, and you can see the placeholders in a nice color. Same with the password, and we have the login button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.